County. So the facilitator today, our Zoom speaker is Lauren Barhite from NMDP. Take it away, Lauren.
Thank you, Arlene. Hi, everybody. My name is Lauren Barhite. I'm an account manager here with NMDP. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what NMDP does, how you could potentially get involved in saving a life, etc. Feel free to put your questions in the chat. Arlene will be jumping on and we'll answer any questions that you might have afterwards. So, every 3 to 4 minutes, somebody in the US is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Every year, 18,000 patients are diagnosed with a life-threatening blood disorder or cancer, which a blood stem cell transplant may be their best and their only hope for a cure. And here's the amazing thing. These days, 75 plus diseases, including leukemia, lymphoma, aplastic anemia, sickle cell, can be cured or treated from blood stem cells. It's been amazing technology advancements, and we're really able to help a lot of people. We're out there searching for potential donors to help certain patients. Here's an example. This is Kenji. He's a Bay Area little boy. He just turned 4. He has 2 blood disorders, dyskeratosis congenita and SAM D9L. His best hope for a cure is a stem cell transplant. So what Kenji has is he has blood disorders that are going to turn into leukemia. The doctors are trying to get him a stem cell transplant before that actually does turn into leukemia. We're constantly searching for patients like Kenji. Conversely, this is Kelsey. So she had health complications since birth. She was diagnosed with a severe form of sickle cell disease. Her immediate family were tested to see if they were a match, and they were not. So they decided to come to the donor registry, which we're going to talk about today, NMDP. And within a month, Kelsey's family was told that they had a match with an unrelated donor. She successfully received her transplant in 2023. So a prime example on how one person can help save a life. You actually have the chance to save a life if you register to be a potential donor like Mariel did. So Mariel, she learned about NMDP as a HOSA student, a healthcare student in high school. She was inspired to join the registry. Less than a month later, she got a call that she was a match. She went ahead and donated. She felt completely normal the next day, and she absolutely saved a life. So a very small lift for being able to help somebody. So what is NMDP? NMDP used to be called Be the Match. It's also National Marrow Donor Program. We're a global nonprofit in cell therapy. So we create essential connections between researchers and supporters to inspire action and accelerate innovation to find cures. And most importantly, we help connect blood disease and cancer patients with potential donors for those life-saving transplants. In 2024, we conducted almost 8,000 of those transplants. And also in 2024, we registered more than 240,000 new people on the registry. So why do we need donors? Matching donors and patients has a genetic component. The best match for a patient that needs a stem cell transplant is typically someone who shares their same ethnic background. Because of the makeup of the registry, not all patients have the same chance of finding a match. In fact, 75% of patients don't have a match in their family. You would think, okay, a parent can donate to their child. We'll talk in a little bit about why parents are not very good matches for their children. Sometimes siblings can be matches, but oftentimes, in fact, more than 70% of the time, patients have to come to the donor pool to try to find a match. And then equally tough is that 40% of potential donors on the registry are ethnically diverse. We're working very hard to increase those numbers. Our goal at NMDP is to make sure if you need a stem cell transplant to save your life, we want to make sure that one is available for you, whether you're African American, Asian American, white. We want to make sure that everybody has that chance for a life-saving donor. So how does it work? It's not by blood type. A lot of times people think that's what it is. It's by, and this is getting very technical, human leukotype antigen. So these are proteins that are found on most of your cells. It is a protein in your stem cells that matches you with another person. It's inherited from your biological parents. So remember how I said parents aren't great matches for their children? It's because 50% of this protein in your stem cells comes from your mom and 50% comes from your father. So it's inherited from your biological parents. It's also very complex, this matching process. So it makes it difficult for some patients to find a match. So I mentioned that we want to make sure that no matter your ethnicity, that there is a match available for you. And we're working very hard on some of these disparities. So ethnicity does matter because matching donors and patients, ethnicity it's a crucial part of who determines who a match is for you. Currently, only 13% of the potential donors on the registry identify as Hispanic. Only 8% of the potential donors on the registry identify as Black or African American. And only 10% of the potential donors on the registry identify as AAN-HPI. We're, as I said, working very hard, and I'll get into some of the groups that we work with to try to increase the disparities. As I said, we want to make sure no matter if you're whatever ethnicity you are, there's a match available for you. So what are we doing in the AAN-HPI community? We actually have bilingual, bicultural staff dedicated to recruiting AAN-HPI donors. We have campus engagement interns who focus on recruiting, keeping the AAN-HPI community engaged and informed about NMDP. We work with a ton of partners to help increase this component on our registry. APAMSA, CAMSA, SAMSA, a lot of Asian American and AAN-HPI clubs at colleges and schools to try to increase the representation. We added 10,000 new members to the donor registry in 2023, and this is thanks to the dedication of some of those partners that I just mentioned. We'll go onto a campus, Stanford, for example, or Cal State East Bay, and we'll work with some of those community groups and specifically try to help increase those donors, that component of donors on the registry. And we also host booths at night markets, community festivals every year, really trying to, as I said, increase the AAN-HPI component. We're also doing this for the Black and African American community. So we're highly connected with HBCUs. We have a fantastic relationship with the HBCUs. We support 16 interns at 13 HBCU campuses across the US and their peer-to-peer engagement efforts to add new donors to the registry. We collaborate with several Divine Nine organizations, which are historically Black sororities and fraternities, to engage with the community through philanthropy. We have a relationship with the Sickle Cell Warrior Program. Again, sickle cell is one of the diseases that can be cured with a stem cell transplant. We have a Black Blood Heals podcast, which is great, and that's exploring the stories of Black donors who have helped save lives, and then also having Black patients talk about their need for life-saving blood stem cell transplants. And then we're also partnered with the Student National Medical Association, which is the largest student-run organization focused on the needs of Black medical students in the U.S. So working very hard to assuage that disparity of ethnic diversity. So who can join the NMDP registry? You can join to be a potential donor if you're between the ages of 18 and 40. We have found that those are the prime ages that doctors look for. 18 to 40 has the best results of transplantation. So I table at a lot of community events, and I have people that come up to me that are 45 and they say, "Hey, look at me, I'm in good shape. My cells will be okay." And I said, yes, I'm sure they are. But again, doctors really know that the odds of a successful transplant are 18 to 40 is what they're really looking for. You need to be a resident of the United States or one of its territories and able to meet medical guidelines. There's some certain medical guidelines that when you go to register, it will ask you a bunch of questions and it will tell you if you have something that would not be eligible to have you on the registry. As I said, the donor age matters because doctors really request this 18 to 35 actually group 80% of the time. And this is really to protect the health of the potential donors and also the treatment of the patients. So there are two ways to donate blood stem cells. 90% of the time, and you may have heard about bone marrow transplants in the past. It may sound scary. We have to work to alleviate that fear for folks, but 90% of the time, it is a peripheral blood stem cell transplant. This is really equivalent to donating plasma or platelets. Our technology has advanced that you could go in just like you would to donate plasma or platelets and give the required amount of stem cells needed to help somebody for their stem cell transplant. Very, very easy lift to help save somebody's life. And then 10% of the time, we still do bone marrow donation, but bone marrow donation gets a really bad name. You don't feel a thing. You're completely put out for this procedure. There's no pain. You're typically back to your regular work in 1 to 7 days. Again, it's a very small lift to help save somebody's life. And this truly is only about 10% of the time that we use that. So it costs you nothing to donate. NMDP pays for all donation-related expenses, including medical, travel. If you need to go to a certain center, we have centers in Seattle. I believe we have a center at Stanford. If you need to travel, they pay for you and a guest to go. They pay for all meals. They will pay to board your pets. They will pay daycare for your children if it's needed. 100% you are making a heroic effort to save somebody's life. We want it to be as easy as possible for somebody to donate. Typically, the donation process takes on average of 20 to 30 hours spread over 4 to 6 weeks. They'll do a medical evaluation on you, make sure you're okay to donate. And if you do happen to be a match, you will get called by somebody from our donor team, and they'll work with you to let you know what's required. So important to note, you could be a patient's only match, really their only hope for a cure. I hear from patients a lot that they had one match on the planet. And if that person would have said no and not donated, their life would have been in jeopardy. So we encourage anyone that signs up for the registry to understand that, this is a commitment that we're asking you to consider, that it really is meaningful to somebody. If you happen to come up as their match, that you will say yes and you'll follow through. We get a lot of questions about privacy, and I understand there's been some issues with some Bay Area companies, 23andMe, et cetera. Your information is protected by NMDP. When you swab your cheek, you're only identified by a code. Your personal identifying information is not known until you happen to pop up as a match, and they need to contact you to work through the process. So your information is not public. It will never be shared or sold. We're very serious about safeguarding people's privacy. So finally, we're really excited that we have partnered with Contra Costa Health. We are going to work with Contra Costa Health to help to save lives. This is a flyer here, and it has a QR code. Scanning that QR code takes you right to the registration page that would allow you to register and receive a swab kit mailed to your house. Conversely, you're going to find us at a lot of CCHS events where we'll actually be there, and you can do your cheek swab there to join the registry. So excited about this partnership. It's the first time that we've done it, and we're really looking forward to seeing how many people we can register to be potential lifesavers. So with that, Arlene, any questions coming through on chat?
Thank you for the presentation. We have one question. If you sign up as a donor under the age of 40, will you be removed from the potential donor list once you're over the age of 40?
Question. The answer is you stay on the registry until I believe it is 51. You cannot join net new to the registry after 40, but you will remain on the registry until you age out at 51. We do have some circumstances where an older person will donate, but no, you don't have to worry about taking yourself off. That is a natural process that as you age, your birth date is registered that you will be taken off after 51.
Any other questions? Please post your questions on the chat.
I think somebody raised their hand, but I'm not sure if that was a question.
Uh,
John?
yes, I have unmuted you. Supervisor Joya, did you have a question?
No, I just wanted to acknowledge and thank you for the effort and the importance of stem cell donations. And I've been very public. My son actually just was discharged from Stanford Hospital yesterday after what seems hopefully is a successful bone marrow stem cell transplant in which his donor came from Germany. It shows you the wide reach of donors and how there is a need for more donors and more donors locally, especially from communities of color. And so I just wanted to acknowledge that. I was talking to folks at Stanford and who does a lot of stem cell transplants, and they mentioned the importance of and the need to have more stem cell donors, and how really there are so many. I saw a lot of patients there. Most of the patients there who get stem cell transplants have cancer, blood cancer. My son was unique in which he had an autoimmune disease called aplastic anemia, much more rare. But most of the people there at the bone marrow unit at Stanford were cancer patients. So I just wanted to speak on behalf of all of those patients who really, I know, appreciate the importance of stem cell donors. So I want to thank you all for participating.
And
Thank you,
I just wanted to
Supervisor Joya.
say, congratulations on getting the transplant, finding a donor. Yes. The one thing I didn't mention is if you sign up as a donor, it's global, right? So if a doctor is searching for a match, he's going to search the whole global registry, which is the whole universe, which is amazing. They aggregate it all together to find a match. So I'm thrilled. I wish your son the best of luck. We've seen some amazing outcomes. It is truly remarkable for me that somebody can donate stem cells, equivalent of donating plasma and platelets, and actually save somebody's life by that. It's truly amazing. And
I
it's
just
one of
want to
the
acknowledge NMDP is amazing. They also provide financial assistance
yes,
to folks to help them with housing.
yes.
Housing can be expensive when you get out of the hospital. You have to stay near housing. My son is actually staying in housing near Stanford. So I just want to acknowledge NMDP.
I appreciate that. I have the best job in the world because I get to see amazing outcomes all the time. I work with people who truly care, who truly do want to save lives. So it's fantastic. But I'm happy to hear that you were able to have a transplant. I will be following your story for sure, and your son, wishing him the best of luck in recovery for sure.
Thank you. He was going to join in today, but he was actually at an appointment. His first day out, going back to the clinic on an appointment.
Yeah, fantastic.
We would like to thank Supervisor Joya for taking and making time for us to join this wonderful first event for us to make sure that NMDP reaches our patients and our community members and our staff as well. Thank you, Supervisor Joya, and let us know of the progress of your son.
Thank you. Thanks, Contra Costa Health Services, the whole network, all the partnership, NMDP, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you will have, I think Arlene said she's going to send out the flyer. It is a very easy process to scan the QR code. If you're between 18 and 40, they will ship you a swab kit. It's very simple, takes 3 to 4 minutes to do. You send it back in, postage is all paid, and you're entered into the registry to be a potential lifesaver. So it's a very simple process.
There's a question here, and perhaps you can share with us, Lauren, where where your next presence would be. Where is the most local donating event?
Well, it's funny you say that. I'm actually going to be at the block party in Antioch. I don't know the exact address. I have to look. Contra Costa block party. It's at the Antioch Community Center. I'm there Thursday from 4 to 7, and we're going to actually be swabbing people there. If you'd like to actually show up in person, scan the QR code. You can do your swab right there, and it gets entered into it. That's great. Otherwise, I know that this is a new partnership. We're going to be doing a lot of events. We will keep you posted on where we're going to be, that you could actually show up live and do the swab.
How can those that are over the age of 40 help?
That's a great question. If you're over the age of 40, we are looking for volunteers all the time. You can go and you can join. And when you go to nmdp.com, there's a ton of volunteer opportunities. You can send that information if you're interested in volunteering to Arlene. She could pass that my way. We're at a lot of community events that we need volunteers to come and help us educate about the mission, help us swab, get people swabs done. So yes, lots of opportunity to volunteer. If you have aged out. And if you've aged out, don't worry. We just like to say you're overqualified.
That's cool. Can they tell from the cheek swab that someone could be a match?
That's how they do tell. It's a process, right? So you do the cheek swab. It gets sent to our biorepository, where in Minnesota, which is where we are based. It goes through a process where they enter it into the registry. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks. So it's not a situation where you can swab right away and find out, tomorrow that you're a match for somebody. It does take about 6 to 8 weeks. But once the biorepository gets your swab, they will process it. They will tissue type it. They will put it in the registry, and then you will be available when a doctor is searching for a patient. So it is a process, but you won't know right away. It's not like it's something that pops up immediately. Important to note also, you may not be a match ever. You may be a match in 10 years. You could be a match in 3 years. Just putting you into the registry. Don't get discouraged. You may get a call. My boss, that I like to share the story, she signed up as a freshman in college. She got a call 9 years later for a 10-year-old little girl with leukemia. She went on to donate. That little girl is 22 now. They keep in touch. They've met, and she saved her life. So 9 years later, she happened to be a match for somebody. So once you're in the registry, you're there to be searchable by the doctors that are looking for matches.
So the staff appreciate your response, Lauren, on where you're going to be at this week. Some of our participants said, we will see you there.
That's great. Come see me. Even if you're above 40 and you want to come say hello and give me your information to potentially volunteer, that'd be fantastic as well. Looking forward to seeing as many of you as possible.
And we're looking forward to help an event you decide to do in the west part of Contra Costa County. We'll be glad to work on helping both publicize and help put an event together. So please let us know. And you never know when you put yourself out there at a donation, you may be the person who needed it. My son had actually signed up during college.
Wow.
And he actually received a letter saying, you are a match for a 33-year-old young man. And I guess they didn't make the connection that he was the patient, but they had identified him as the match because he had signed up on the registry a number of years ago.
Wow. That's amazing. And sometimes people will get a letter and they'll say they're a match. And sometimes there's multiple matches. And so you may not go on to donate because you are not as good of a match as maybe somebody else that popped up. So, when you enter onto the registry, you put your address, you put your email and your phone so that our donor group can reach you if they need to. And they'll work that we have an amazing team there that will work you through the process if you do happen to be a match for somebody.
Again, there was a question about the Contra Costa County Block Party where Lauren will be doing the swabs. It's going to be on Thursday, August 28th, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And
Yes.
it's at the Antioch Community Center. So that's in East County. The address is 4703 Lone Tree Way.
And we'll have a table there. Come see us.
And I have posted the address on the chat as well as the date and time. Thank you, Isabel. And we
Perfect.
have another question here. So we answered where was this event again? And learning more about you, Supervisor Joya. Thank you for sharing about your son's story. How inspiring and encouraging.
Thank you.
And then from Rhonda said, Rhonda, do you want to share your news?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Lauren, for that wonderful presentation, and to Arlene and the wellness team for having this opportunity to present. We will be announcing our official partnership with NMDP at the Board of Supervisors meeting on September 16th with a presentation. We're also hoping to have an opportunity to table at that event also. So stay tuned. We will confirm that, but right now we are hoping to do that at the Board of Supervisors meeting as well. Thanks, Arlene.
You're welcome. And Rhonda, you will be doing some sort of announcement regarding the table and where to find you, where to find the table.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And
we'll have lots of opportunities for people to come see us, to swab if they want to volunteer if they want to. We're excited about the partnership. So yes, there will be a lot of opportunities.
Thank you. And as I mentioned, we will start distributing the flyers this week. We will distribute the flyers, and Lauren will be on site also on Thursday. And I will be distributing the flyers also at the San Pablo Week during the World Breastfeeding Celebration event. We will be at 501 Gateway Avenue, San Pablo, California for the breastfeeding celebration, August 29th, Friday, 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. So please encourage your coworkers, colleagues, family members to attend this event. Do we have any other questions? This is just the statement, and I'm just going to repeat it. Why is finding donors difficult? Is there a high risk rate involved with the procedure? It's such an amazing opportunity, and this person is wondering why more people don't donate. How many times do they donate yearly if you're a match? Is it a one-time donation or multiple donation?
Those are good questions. I think a big part of why people are not on the registry is they don't know about it. And that's what my job is. We have account managers up and down the state, all across the nation. Our job is to educate and let people know what an amazing mission this is and what a simple thing it is to join this registry. So I really think that's why I think sometimes people think that it sounds scary to them to donate, when really it's the equivalent of donating blood 9 times out of 10. So I think a lot of it is just people not knowing, and that's where we come in and why it's exciting about this partnership to let more people know. If you do, it's not something like donating blood that you're going to do more than once. You will have to be a specific match for somebody. It's rare to be a match, but you could be. So once again, if you do the cheek swab, the biorepository puts you into the donor pool. If you come up as a match for a certain searching patient is when you would go on to donate. So it's not something that you do on a regular basis. Could you donate more than once? Maybe. That's pretty rare, but it's a very specific thing that you happen to match a certain patient that is specifically looking for a stem cell transplant. So lots of good questions. We're trying to just educate, let people know this is a very simple thing to do, and a really rewarding thing to do if you could go on and help save somebody's life, for sure.
Thank you. We love the word simple.
Simple, very simple. It's a cheek swab. You answer some questions and you are in the registry. Very simple.
Lauren, do you happen to have a number of patients waiting in Contra Costa County
I
or
don't have a
surrounding
number,
county?
but what I do get is searching patients come to us all the time, and I get notified of those searching patients. So you can darn bet that if there is a patient specifically in Contra Costa County, you will hear about it because we get notified, and then we go into hyperdrive, trying to do a lot of donor drives in that area to get people to join on behalf of that patient. So I do know we have multiple patients searching in the Bay Area. As I said, Kenji, who is an amazing little 4-year-old, amazing family. We're really hoping to find him a match soon, because, you know, he's 4 years old and we don't want him to get leukemia. So lots of patients searching everywhere, but specifically in Contra Costa, none that I know of right now, but I am notified every week of new patients, and I will certainly let you know if there's somebody specific that's in your backyard, for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, we have some, just FYI, we have staff also who works at Contra Costa County, but they may be in surrounding counties as well, as you know.
Yeah, and that doesn't matter. I mean, again, you're putting yourself in the potential pool to help anybody